And so really there should be this distinction. There should be this line that we see, that what John is trying to paint a picture is that there's a world over here, the desires of the world, and then there's the desires of God. And that there should be this clear line of distinction. Now again, if we think back to that quote that often that we don't impact or we don't have influence over the world because the influence of the world is so great upon us. And maybe it's because we know that there's this line and that we don't look any different than the rest of the world, that often we want to get as close to this line as possible. And so there's been discussions, and if you've ever dated a girl or dated a guy and before you're married, then there's probably this question that maybe you've asked yourself is, how far can I go? Meaning, how far can I go with this girl physically before I cross this line? I want to know because I want to get as close as possible to this line, and maybe I'll actually maybe even lean over without crossing the line. We do this in all kinds of things. How much money can I keep for myself and spend on myself before I have a love for money? And there's other things too. As guys, you think about like, what can I look at? I mean, is Victoria's Secret too far? Is that crossing the line? Or what about the bikini pictures on Instagram? Is that too far? How close can I get to that line? Yeah, I'll go out and I'll have a few drinks, and I won't get drunk, but man, I really do want to get a pretty good buzz on. This is what John's talking about. There needs to be this clear distinction that we need to look different than the rest of the world. And the reality is that often the world influences us so much that we have these desires for this world so much that there is no distinction. That if someone were to look in from the outside, they would see no difference between us that claim to follow and love Jesus than those that don't.